Welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to design the transaction page. Select your frame and choose the screen size you're using and rename it to transaction. Now add the columns from the design system. Now select another frame of width 350 and height 80. Give it a stroke, and the stroke should only be at the bottom and outside, and the thickness to 0.5. Then the opacity to 50. Alright, now let's go to fossil icon and bring the navigation arrow. We're going to make use of this. Take it and put it inside the frame. Now let's take our text tool and write transaction. And the size to 16 medium. Take the text and put it inside the frame and align it to the center of the frame. Hold down your Alt key, duplicate that text and update it to filter. Now select the text and update the color to this blue. So the filter option will enable the user to filter the transaction. So take it to the edge of the inner frame. Select the three of them together, the icon and the text, align them properly. Now move the icon towards the edge of the column and make sure it's snapped there. I want it to be at the edge of the inner frame. So you're going to delete the inner frame that comes with it and take only the icon and make sure it's snapped towards the edge of the frame like that. Now select them again and align them properly, and you can now group them together. Then align them into the center of the inner frame. So this is perfect. Now I'd give the position of the inner frame to 60. That is the Y position from the top of the screen. Alright, so the next thing, we're going to include a text here that will show recent transaction. Will show up here with just little icon. So let's take your frame and draw a little icon. So give the width of the icon to 60 and the height to 80. Then you can add a stroke to it so that and the outside. So we're gonna give it a corner radius of 10. Alright, let me zoom in. Now let's take our line tool, draw a straight line, hold down the shift key and draw a straight line of width 30. And give the thickness to 3. Now the endpoint, choose round, and the other endpoint is also choose round. Okay, let me take it up a bit. So now select the line and duplicate it one more time and one more time again. Now the one in the middle, increase the width to 35. Alright, select the three of them together and make sure they are aligned to the left, and distribute the vertical spacing and give the spacing to 15. and group them together. So now take the group and put it inside the card like that. Now let's select the card and update the fill to this global color, and also the outline, that is the stroke, to the same global color. For the global color, let's increase the opacity of the outline to 80%. We're going to make another duplicate of the card. Just Alt key and drag and rotate it like this a bit. So now take it like this and bring it down. Select the two of them and just align them like this. Okay, so now the first card, that is the one on top, update the background fill, update the fill back to height like this, and leave the one behind to be like that. Okay, now select the two of them together and group them. So now take it and put it somewhere around here. Okay, frame and have a square of 90 by 90. Okay, and update the corner radius to 50 and give it a background fill of, let's choose this color from our design system. Okay, so inside the circle we just have some little dots there. So we're doing all this so that you have idea on how to use other tools too in Figma. So let's draw a straight line. Okay, and reduce the height, the width to just 10, and the thickness to 2. Alright, so now make a duplicate of it and rotate it a bit. Alright, so now make another duplicate of the rotated one and also rotate it the other side like this. Select the three of them together and align them like this. Then distribute their spacing, that is the horizontal spacing. Right, so now you can group them and bring it inside the frame like this, and make sure they're in the middle of the frame. Select the frame and take it here. Select the card and bring it to the front and take it somewhere around like this. Select both of them and also group them together. So we'll take our text tool and write recent transaction. Recent transaction will show here. Okay, and choose this and update the text to detach that one to 12 million. Put it somewhere around here. 12 million is too, but let's take it back to 12 regular, please. So select the text and the group icon. These icons are now grouped, so group them. Then select the text and the group icon and align them to the center, and their spacing, you leave it to 10. Then you also group them together. Ctrl G, and also make sure they are aligned to the center of the frame. So you can bring that down a bit from the other position. Keep it somewhere around that. Then quickly we're going to take a frame and draw a frame here of height 180 and the background fill to white, and give it corner radius of 15. Okay, so this frame, the icons will automatically be inside the frame. Okay, so to make it more visible, we're going to select the parent frame, that is the transaction page, and update the color to something not pure height, to that. So let's turn off the grid and see if that is visible. Perfect. So this is what we wanted to achieve, and that is okay. All right, so let's proceed. We're going to turn on our grid bar. So the next thing we are going to design is a filter. When user click on this filter, an overlay should open that will display a simple form for them to filter, transaction and all that. So we're going to take a frame of width 350 and the height to 500. So let's give it fill of height as well, and corner radius to 15 to 25, sorry, and the corner radius should only be at the top. So declare the bottom section to 0, 0. All right, so quickly let's take it outside the frame and add our properties in it. The 500 height is too high. Let's take it down to 300 and see. All right, let's make it 350. Okay, this is fine. Now inside this frame, we're going to take a text and white filter, and the size of the text should be 16, medium for now, fonts. Take it and keep it somewhere around there. So select the frame and activate the column. So now take another frame and draw it here. The frame should be 145 and the height should be 50. Add background fill to it. It is going to be this color from our design system, and give it corner radius of 15. All right, so we're going to take another text too. This frame is not showing, so we have to increase the opacity of that. We're having about 0%. Take it to 50, let's see. All right, now it's showing. So the corner radius will increase it, please, to 25. All right, that is better. So now duplicate this text and bring it as a label for this form. Say start date. Okay, so now the start date text should be 12 million. 12 medium. So select the tool and make a duplicate to the right and update the start to end date. So you update the text to end date. Alright, so let me zoom in. So this text, we're going to take it towards the end. Select the tool and the spacing to 5. Now you group them together. Similarly, take this one towards the end like that. Select the tool and also maintain their spacing to 5. And group them together. Ctrl G. Alright, now let's go to our plugins, that is the first 4 icons, and search for cancel. Now make use of this and take it somewhere around the edge here. So scale it down a bit and give the dimension to 20 by 20. So quickly, let's give it corner radius of 50 and give it background fill of that. So now we're going to take our scale tool and only scale down the icon in the frame. So scale it down and align it to the center. Alright, so select this text, take it towards the edge of the column, select the text and the icon and make sure they are properly aligned like this, and group them together as well. So we're going to proceed, duplicate this text and bring it down and update the text to transaction type. Okay, so you leave it there. Hit text 2 and write all. Then Shift A to add auto layout to it. Okay. Now increase the width of the text to 40. The frame, sorry. Increase the width of the frame to 40 and give it a corner radius of 25 and the background fill to this same column. Okay, so here we're going to update the paddings to 5 across. So I'll leave it the way it is now. Okay, so let's duplicate that. Here we'll update the text to delivery. Then the frame, select it and change the weight to our content. Okay, so here we are going to update the text inside the frame. We'll update the sizes from 12 medium to, then we have 12 regular from our design system. So let's go with 12 regular. Alright, that's fine. Also 12 regular. from our design system. Alright, so duplicate this again and update the text to shipping. Alright, then one more again and update the text to currency. So here they can, filter the currency and all that, maybe choosing from the list of currencies we have. So select all of them and align them. So one more thing we're gonna do, let's select this frame, and this frame, and increase their inner padding to 10. So this way it is better. So now we're going to select them together and distribute their horizontal spacing. So still not enough. This should be towards the edge of the frame. So you take this towards the edge like this, select them again, and also distribute the horizontal spacing. So this is better. Now you can group them together. Alright, so quickly we're going to duplicate this frame again and update the width to that. Okay, so here we take it down to 40. That is the height. Okay, you take your text tool and right here apply filter, and this should be 16 from the design system. So you put it inside the frame and update the fill to height. Select the frame, update the fill to our global color. Alright, so select the text and make sure it's properly aligned to the center of the button. Okay, so we are done. Let's do the proper alignment together. You'll select these two, make sure they are grouped, and select the two and align them properly, please. So take them up a bit, group the two together, align them to the center, select this and leave the spacing to 10. Then you take that up and leave the Y position to 24. Alright, so select the transaction text. You can group them first so that you do it well. Select the transaction text and this list frame, and also update the spacing to 10. Group them and also take them up, and the spacing between here and here also you make it 10 as well. Right, so this button now comes up a bit and keep it somewhere around there, and the spacing between the button and this should be 15. Okay, so make sure the button is properly aligned. If you temper with the alignment to the center of the frame. Alright, we're done with the overlay. Let's rename the frame as filter overlay. Okay, so since we all have our content, So what we're gonna do now is to just reduce the frame height and keep it somewhere around there. Can make it 265. That's better. So let's now zoom out. So we want, if the user tap on filter, this overlay should open somewhere around here. That is what we want to achieve. So quickly, let's go to our prototype now and do that. So we're going to overlay the filter frame and connect it to the overlay. Okay, and leave it on tab. Then open overlay, that will be the option. Then we want it to be manual. I want the overlay to open somewhere around here, not to the end of the button. Remember, we have home icons, so should not exceed the home icon section. So it's better here. So we are done with that. So now click on this cancel icon only and add interaction. Down on tab to close overlay. So that is done. So now we are done. We can make a preview and see the result. So this is going to be the preview, which is beautiful. And if I tap here, we have this opens here, and if I tap on the icon here, it closes. So we're done with the transaction page. In the next lecture, we're going to design the product page. See you in the next lecture.